Have you ever wondered why NATO's best tank got destroyed by ISIS in Syria, yet dominates Russian armor in Ukraine? Or how Germany promises hundreds to allies but delivers only dozens? Well, strap in, because the Leopard 2 is the German engineering masterpiece trapped by political cowardice and tactical misuse. Today, we're revealing 15 shocking facts about this legendary tank that can hit targets at 5 kilometers yet lose export contracts to South Korea. And number 1 will expose Germany's shameful reluctance to deploy their best weapon. Hit that like button, subscribe for more, and let's roll out with the Leopard. 15. Cold War perfection. The Leopard 2 was designed specifically to stop massive Soviet tank waves pouring through the Fulda Gap in Germany. Every aspect was optimized for this scenario. High-velocity gun for long-range kills, excellent mobility for rapid repositioning, and heavy frontal armor against Soviet 125mm guns. It was purpose-built to defend West Germany from Warsaw Pact armored invasions. The design assumed thousands of Soviet tanks attacking through Central Europe. Then the Cold War ended in 1991. The threat the Leopard 2 was designed to counter completely disappeared. The Soviet Union collapsed, the Warsaw Pact dissolved, and the massive tank battles never happened. 14. Export champion. Over 18 countries operate the Leopard 2, making it the most successful Western tank export ever. Germany, Spain, Turkey, Poland, Finland, Sweden, Netherlands, Denmark, Norway, Austria, Switzerland, Greece, Portugal, Canada, Singapore, Indonesia, Qatar, and Hungary all bought Leopard 2s. It beat the American M1 Abrams in multiple competitive evaluations. Countries consistently chose the Leopard 2 over American, British, and French competitors. The export success built an unmatched reputation for reliability and performance. Germany sold thousands of Leopard 2s worldwide, dominating the premium tank market for decades. This commercial success validated the design and created a massive support network. The Leopard 2 became the default choice for Western-aligned nations needing a main battle tank. 13. Gun that never misses. The Rheinmetall 120mm smoothbore gun is legendary for accuracy. It can hit targets at 5 kilometers while the tank is moving at full speed over rough terrain. First shot hit probability is extraordinarily high compared to competitors. The gun's accuracy is so renowned that America adopted the same weapon for the M1 Abrams. The fire control system, stabilization, and ammunition combined to create devastating precision. Tank crews report hitting targets on the first shot consistently at ranges where other tanks struggle. The gun can penetrate any known armor at combat ranges. This accuracy advantage means Leopard 2s can engage and destroy enemies before being hit themselves. The German engineering stereotype about precision is absolutely proven true with this weapon system. 12. Turkey's Syrian disaster. Turkish Leopard 2 A4S were catastrophically destroyed during operations in Syria against ISIS and Kurdish forces. ISIS fighters using ATGMs like Kornet and Tiao missiles penetrated the armor easily, destroying multiple tanks. Video footage showed Leopard 2s burning after successful hits, shattering the invincibility myth. The tanks were operated with terrible tactics. No infantry support, exposed positions, predictable movements. Turkish crews used Cold War tanks designed for open European warfare in dense urban combat without adaptation. The Leopard 2's reputation suffered enormously from these losses. Critics claimed the tank was overrated. Defenders argued that any tank operated this poorly would be destroyed. The Syria experience proved that the best tank in the world is worthless with incompetent tactics and poorly trained crews. Hardware excellence cannot overcome tactical stupidity and inadequate combined arms doctrine. 11. Swiss neutrality blocks. Switzerland's neutrality policy creates bizarre complications for Leopard 2 operations. Swiss companies manufacture critical ammunition components for the 120mm gun. Switzerland blocks re-export of this ammunition to conflict zones, including Ukraine. Germany wants to send Leopard 2s to Ukraine but faces Swiss vetoes on ammunition transfers. This means German tanks could arrive in Ukraine without adequate ammunition supply. A small neutral country effectively vetoes major NATO powers' military aid decisions. Germany has sought workarounds including domestic ammunition production and alternative suppliers. But Swiss neutrality complicates what should be straightforward military support. It's absurd that Switzerland, not even in NATO, can block German tanks from being fully effective in combat. 10. Faster than sports cars. The Leopard, 2 can reach speeds over 70 kilometers per hour off-road, faster than most sports cars on highways. The MTU MB873 engine produces 1,500 horsepower, giving the 60-plus ton tank ridiculous acceleration and speed. Mobility was prioritized from the initial design, recognizing that speed equals survival on modern battlefields. The powerful engine and advanced transmission allow rapid tactical repositioning. Leopard 2S can outmaneuver heavier, slower tanks like T-72s and T-90S easily. Crews report the tank handles more like a sports car than a 60-ton armored vehicle. This mobility advantage allows Leopard 2s to choose engagement ranges, flank enemies, and escape unfavorable situations. The speed also enables rapid deployment across European road networks. 9. Crew luxury. The Leopard 2 is the most comfortable tank ever built, prioritizing crew welfare unusually for armored vehicles. It features air conditioning, ergonomic seating, excellent visibility, and spacious crew compartment. German designers understood that comfortable crews fight better and longer. The tank interior resembles a 5-star hotel compared to cramped, miserable Russian tanks. Crews can operate for extended periods without exhaustion. Climate control keeps crews effective in extreme temperatures. Some variants allegedly include coffee makers, though this might be legendary. The attention to crew comfort reflects German engineering philosophy valuing human factors. Comfortable crews have better morale, make fewer mistakes, and maintain higher combat effectiveness. 8. Ukrainian combat validation Leopard 2s in Ukrainian service are performing excellently in 2024, proving their superiority over Russian tanks decisively. Ukrainian crews report the tank's fire control, protection, and mobility far exceed Russian equivalents. Long-range kills at distances Russian tanks cannot match are routine. The Leopard 2's thermal sights allow Ukrainian tankers to engage at night when Russian tanks are effectively blind. Crew survivability is dramatically better. Ukrainian tankers survive hits that would kill entire Russian crews. The real combat data validates decades of Leopard 2 reputation. Western technology, training, and design philosophy prove superior to Soviet-era Russian systems. Ukrainian crews love the Leopard 2, preferring it overwhelmingly to captured Russian tanks. The Ukraine war provides the first large-scale peer conflict data, and the Leopard 2 excels. Combat effectiveness in actual warfare against a near-peer adversary finally proves what was theoretical for 40 years. 7. Mine protection weakness. The Leopard 2's belly armor is insufficient against modern IEDs and anti-tank mines. Afghanistan and other counterinsurgency operations expose this vulnerability. The tank was designed for Cold War battles against other tanks, not insurgents with roadside bombs. Mines and IEDs attack from below where armor is thinnest. Several Leopard 2s were damaged or destroyed by belly strikes that penetrated the hull. Crews were killed by attacks the side and frontal armor would easily defeat. Germany developed add-on mine protection kits, but these add weight and complexity. The belly vulnerability shows how Cold War designs struggle against asymmetric modern threats. Tanks optimized for tank versus tank combat have different vulnerabilities than those designed for counterinsurgency. The Leopard 2's weakness from below forced tactical and technical adaptations that weren't part of the original design philosophy focused on frontal engagement. 6. Evolution A1 through A8. The Leopard 2 has evolved through constant upgrades from A1 to current A8 variants over 40-plus years. The latest A7 and A8 versions are radically different from original 1979 models. Continuous improvement philosophy keeps the platform relevant despite age. Upgraded armor, sensors, electronics, and weapons transform capability without changing the basic design. Each variant addresses lessons learned and incorporates new technology. The A7 has additional armor for urban combat. The A8 includes advanced digital systems and networking. This evolution means Leopard 2 describes a family, not a single tank. Germany's perfectionist culture drives endless refinement. The tank never becomes obsolete because it's always evolving. This upgrade approach is more cost-effective than designing entirely new tanks. The Leopard 2 proves that excellent base design plus continuous improvement equals enduring relevance. 5. Too heavy problem. The Leopard 2's weight grew from 55 tons originally to over 67 tons in latest variants. This weight increase creates serious strategic mobility problems. Many bridges cannot support 67-ton vehicles, limiting deployment routes. Rail and road transport becomes more difficult and expensive. Strategic airlift is nearly impossible. Few aircraft can carry such weight. The capability additions that improved the tank made it obese and harder to deploy. Armor upgrades, better systems, and additional equipment all add mass. The Leopard 2 became significantly better but also less mobile strategically. Germany prioritized battlefield performance over deployability. This weight growth is common in tank development, but the Leopard 2's increase is particularly severe. Tactical mobility remains excellent, but getting the tank to the battlefield became harder. It's the classic military problem. Every improvement adds weight until the platform becomes too heavy for infrastructure. 4. Denmark's tank mistake. Denmark sold all their Leopard 2 tanks in 2014, going completely tankless as a military experiment. They believed modern warfare didn't require tanks and divested their entire armored force. This policy was championed as forward-thinking military transformation. Then Russia invaded Ukraine in 2022, proving tanks absolutely still matter. Denmark immediately reversed course and started buying Leopard 2s again, including retrieving tanks that they'd given away. The embarrassing policy reversal showed how wrong the tanks are obsolete narrative was. Denmark had to reacquire the very tanks they'd declared unnecessary just years earlier. The mistake cost money, time, and credibility. It became a cautionary tale about prematurely abandoning proven capabilities based on theoretical future warfare assumptions. Denmark's experience proved that tanks remain essential for conventional warfare, despite predictions of their obsolescence. The Leopards returned after a brief, misguided absence. 3. Spain built them better. Spanish-made Leopard 2E tanks include improvements over the German originals. Spain's version features a better armor package with enhanced protection against mines and IEDs. The modular design allows easier upgrades and maintenance than German variants. Spanish engineers took the German design and refined it, adding improvements based on their operational needs and combat lessons. This situation is unusual, the license builder improving on the original designer's work. German engineering was bettered by Spanish modifications. The Leopard 2E's armor configuration is considered superior for urban combat and asymmetric threats. Spain's version proves that even excellent German engineering can be enhanced. The improvements show that license production can lead to innovation, not just copying. Germany's reaction was professional interest rather than offense. Sometimes the student improves on the teacher's work. 2. Poland's massive order. Then cancel Poland initially planned to order 250 Leopard 2 tanks from Germany to modernize their armored forces. Then Poland abruptly canceled and ordered South Korean K-2 Black Panthers instead. Delivery delays, bureaucratic problems, and political friction with Germany soured the deal. Germany's slow procurement processes and export restrictions frustrated Poland immensely. South Korea offered faster delivery, better financing, and local production partnerships. Poland's decision was a massive blow to German defense exports. Losing a 250-tank order to an Asian competitor was humiliating for the traditional export champion. The K-2, while excellent, isn't clearly superior to modern Leopard 2 variants in capability. But German bureaucracy and political complications made South Korea's offer more attractive overall. This failure shows how the export champion is losing ground to agile competitors. Germany's slow decision-making cost them billions. 1. Germany won't send enough. Here's the ultimate shameful truth. Germany talks about supporting Ukraine but delivers pathetically small numbers of Leopard 2s. They promised hundreds, sent dozens. Germany has over 300 Leopard 2s in storage, yet provides minimal quantities to Ukraine. Political hesitation and bureaucratic delays undermine their stated support completely. Chancellor Scholz's government endlessly debates while Ukrainian soldiers die fighting with inferior equipment daily. Germany could change the war's trajectory by providing massive armor support but refused. They have the best tank in NATO yet show the worst political will to actually use it. The hardware excellence is completely undermined by leadership failure. Germany built the perfect weapon for stopping Russian aggression, then lacked courage to deploy it decisively. Other smaller nations sent higher percentages of their inventory. Germany's reluctance shames their military reputation. The Leopard 2 could be Ukraine's war winner, but German politics prevents full commitment. And there you have it. 15 facts proving the Leopard 2 is engineering excellence trapped by politics and misuse. Which fact shocked you most? Turkey's Syrian disaster or Germany's shameful hesitation? Drop your thoughts below, hit like, subscribe for more armor analysis, and we'll see you on the battlefield.